Okay, welcome. Let's get started a little early. Everyone's in the right place. Math 1414 for STEM. So this is college algebra with the idea that you're going to move on to STEM. This reflection coming in here is really bad off the floor. I'm going to put this right here for right now. Okay, so welcome. How many of you, this is your first semester? Yeah, first semester. Okay, well, welcome to college life, I guess. And then people have been here before? Northwest Vista? Okay. So my name is Robert DiGiovanni. I'm the instructor for the course, all right? I'm going to be recording all of our lectures. So I'm going to have a camera in the back of the room. I'm going to set that up every day. And it's only going to record this screen, this board. And so I will be raising this up and I will be accessing our electronic book, and you'll see that on that TV over there. It's not the most ideal setup, but we'll make it work, okay? A lot of the problems in definitions and things like that, I'm not going to write on the board, I'm just going to project them over there. So that's kind of the way the classroom is set up, all right? I'm going to be up here recording, and then if you go to our main Canvas page, I'm assuming everyone can get to this? Yes? If you don't know how to get here, just get with me after class. Right here, right there, it says Class Lecture Videos. When you click on that, it will take you to YouTube. And right now there's nothing here, but the videos for the class will start to populate. I'll upload those usually later on in the day. And when I upload it to YouTube, it usually takes YouTube an hour to render it in high def. I'm not doing like 4K, 8K video here. It's just like 1080p, like 30 frames. Like, it's not that great because you just need to be able to see what I did, right? So it takes YouTube a little while to render a 2-hour video. Okay, so this is our main page. Communication with me needs to take place right here. Where is it? Inbox. See that inbox? If you want to send me an email, do it through here. Don't do it through any other email system. Don't send me an email through Yahoo or through the ACES email. This is called Canvas. We're going to use this as our email communication. If I want to send the class a message, it's going to come through here, all right? So that's the inbox. I'm going to switch over to student view because right now you're looking at it the way that I see it, and it's cluttered and messy. So this is more like what you're going to see here. And what I'd like to do right now is go through the syllabus. And I know that, for those of you this first time in college, first semester, the syllabus is the contract, okay? It's what I'm saying this course is going to be, and I shouldn't deviate from that without letting you know. And you also should be aware of the expectations of the course, all right? So it's worth it for us to go through this. I'm not going to read every single line of this. I'm just going to get the main points. So this is a 16-week course, right? We meet here Tuesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. to 10:40. I expect you to be on time, right? I'm going to be here early before this class, so I should be on time every day, but I would hope you would as well. Life happens, I understand. So if you're late, come in, that's fine, but if it becomes a problem, then I'll talk to you about it. Let's see, my office. So my office is not in this building. Let me make this bigger so you can see this. Go for it. Rip it open. Rip it open. So my office is not in this building, and the way it works in college is that your professors have what are called office hours. So those are times that I'm available to you if you want to come in and get help, all right? You don't have to make an appointment, you just show up. I should be there, all right? My office hours are not very accommodating for most students this semester just because of the way my schedule is working out. Every day, Monday through Thursday, I'm in my office from 7:45 a.m. till when our class starts. So if you get here early, I will be available to you to help you out. Now, getting to my office is a little tricky. It's in Juniper Hall. It's in another building, and it's on the first floor. And it's hard to find the first floor of that building because there's no staircase going to it. So like if you're on the second floor, it's hard to get to the first floor. So if you would like, after class, I'm going to that building. If you want to follow me over there, I'll point you to the door and say, that's where I will be. And that way you can come find me, all right? I'm I'm also available, other than in the morning, I'm available on Monday, Wednesday from 1 to 2 in my office, and then Tuesday, Thursday, right? But this class meets Tuesday, Thursday, 12:30 to 2. So after this class, I have another class, and then I go to my office. Those are my hours with the exception of today, okay? I apologize, but today I had a commitment prior to the semester that I have to take care of today. So I will not be there from 12:30 to 2 today, but starting the rest of the week, I should be there. I will say we're going through, my family, we're going through a dog we're gonna have to probably put down soon. So if any of you have had to deal with that recently or any time in your life, you know how that can be. So it's a little hit or miss right now. If I get a call from my wife right now, it's probably because there's something bad happening. So I'm gonna leave my cell phone on today, but normally I would silence it. And if I get a call, what I would do if it's important, like if I'm expecting a call, I'd let you know, like I'm letting you know today. But if I get a call or something like that, I'm usually not gonna take it. If something happens with you and you're expecting a call, just take it outside like you did earlier, sir. I don't mind you doing that. You know, life happens, so just take it outside, please. Any questions about my office hours? Okay, the way that I prefer to communicate in this class is through the email, of course. Like I said here, if you're sick, you're not going to make the class, send me an email, right? Now, if you have a question over some math, you're doing your homework, you're stuck, you can't figure out something, you can send me an email, but if you want more prompt feedback, the best way to communicate with me is through my cell phone. So I give all my students my cell phone number, and the expectation here is that you would reach out to me if you need help, right? And the way I'd like for you to do that is the first text you would ever send me, make sure you put your name and what class you're in, all right? And then from that point forward, I'll know who you are. And then if you have a question over, like, let's say homework problem number 35, don't just tell me I'm having trouble with homework problem number 35. Take a picture of homework problem number 35, because I might be at HEB, right? When you text me, if I see the problem, and then any work that you've done would be helpful as well. And then I can look at it and kind of see what's going on, like, try and help you, right? So you help me by let's make it efficient. Also, don't text me like you're just rolling thoughts, like 10 texts in a row, right? Like, think it through, send me one nice cohesive text, and then I will reply. It may not be right away, and you know how it is with text. Sometimes you get a text and you completely forget about it later in the day. So that happens to me as well. So if I don't respond within, 24 hours, just say, hey, it's me again, what's up, But I'm usually pretty good about it, all right? Any questions there? Students hesitate, they're like, I don't want to bother my professor. I would not give you my cell phone number if I did not have the, expectation that you're gonna text me, all right? All right, so the rest of that's just departmental information. If you need to go to the math department, that's where it is. You do not need to buy a textbook for this class, all right? There's no textbook. You have an ebook, you're gonna have access to it, and today we're gonna get a volunteer to come up here and they're gonna go in there and we're gonna make sure it works, all right? Has anyone tried it yet? I looked this morning. Did you do it this morning?
I didn't do it this morning, but I did it in the past.
Okay, not for this class though.
Yes.
Oh, in this class, and you were able to get to the ebook?
Yes.
Okay, so I want everyone to see how that happens, because I passed out a schedule, right? Everyone have that? You just came in, right? Is there any extras there? Okay, just pass them around there. The schedule shows day by day what we're supposed to be doing here, right? And it gives you the homework assignment, and that homework assignment comes from the ebook. You are going to do nothing online in terms of like submitting work. You're not going to be putting answers into a computer. We are doing math old school, pencil, paper, grind it out, and you bring your work to class with you, okay? That's the way you learn math. You don't learn math by just going on a computer and typing in answers and then going to Photomath and Symbolab and all these other places and getting answers. That's not how you learn. So you're going to have to bring your homework with you every day, and I might not check it every day, but you need to have it done, all right? So it's important that you can get access to that ebook or else you can't do your homework. All right. This description is just the Texas, this is a publicly funded institution, so Texas tells us exactly what Math 1414 is, and that's the description. And then we have learning outcomes, which are like things that we want you to be able to do by the end of the semester. Your grades, standard grading scale, okay, it's college level course. A, B, C, D, F are the only grades I can give you. And so I do round, of course, up. 89.5 would be an A, right? And in college, there's no difference between an 89.5 and 100, right? A student who gets 100, a student gets an 89.5, on paper had the same grade in this class, all right? Some colleges do it a little different. They do A plus, A minus. Here in most public institutions, they just do A, B, C, D, F, right? Now, they do look at your GPA, but GPA only looks at A, B, C, D, F. So, yeah, that's the way it goes. Now, how is your grade determined? This is the part that most students are most interested in. And y'all are probably not going to be happy about this. Most of my students are not. But this is a college level STEM class, right? So all of you here are moving on to do more math, right? Yes? You need to be in the right place. There was an orientation for this class, right? You were supposed to go. They were supposed to tell you whether or not you're in the right place. Okay? This class is designed for people who are going to go on and do pre-cal, probably Cal 1, probably Cal 2. So I teach the calculus sequence, right? On Monday, Wednesday, I teach Cal 2 and Cal 3. So I know exactly what you need to know in order to do well in calculus, all right? So I teach this class with the idea that you need to become really good students in here, like independent learners. I was explaining this to my daughter, who just started high school 2 weeks ago, right? I was explaining to her how I'm going to come in here and I'm going to tell my students that they have to do homework and give them all this homework, that they need to do it, but it is what percentage of your grade?
15%.
Homework. None. Okay? All that homework that you do is not worth any part of your grade. Okay? You have to understand the value of that homework. Okay? I can tell you, right? You have to do the math to be good at the math, right? But it's not part of your grade. It's just part of the expectation of the class that you're going to do your homework. Now, I'm going to ask you to bring your homework with you every day, right? I might get a feel and be like, I don't think people are doing their homework. So everyone take out their homework from last time. That's your quiz grade. I'm going to walk around. Let me see it, let me see it, let me see it, let me see it. All right? Or I might say, hey, we're going to do a quiz, and you can use your homework. I might do that. And if you have your homework, it's going to be easy because I'll just take a problem right out of the homework, and if you did it, then just copy it down, you're done, right? So I'm trying to get you to transition into this idea, like this non-high school mentality, where it's like, okay, what's it worth to me if I do that, right? It's more about like point value, right? I don't want you to sit there and be like, oh, well, it's not worth it. I'm not getting a grade. I'm not going to do it. You got to understand what's good for you is doing the homework, right? All right, we'll see how it goes. So here's your grades in the class. It's all assessments. I mean, everything here is some sort of assessment, right? A quiz, exams, right? 3 exams and a final. Now, on the exams, we'll talk about those more later, but I will give you some sort of review, okay? And if you can do okay on the review, you should be fine on the test, all right? But we'll get into that more later. The final will be cumulative, meaning that it will cover concepts that span the entire course. But again, I will give you a review and you'll have some idea of what to expect. I expect you to be here, right? In college, you can miss 4 times, and after 4, you then hand your grade over to your professor, and they decide they can drop you or they can actually fail you in the class. So 4 times is like, my dog, we had to put our dog down, I missed class, let's say, right? That's 1. Life happens, right? You get 4 absences, that's 2 weeks of class that you can be gone. After that, though, you start getting to danger territory. Now, I'm a big believer that this is college. Yes? Okay, yeah. After class might be a little tight because I have a class right after this and I have to go across campus. And just so everyone knows, like, if you see me rushing out of here and not wanting to hang out and chat, it's not because I don't want to. It's because I have to go start another class, set up my camera, do everything over there. So I'm usually in a rush. So if I can't talk with you today, then you have my cell phone number. You can call me as well, right? Okay, so I don't like taking attendance. This is college, right? Shouldn't have to force you to be here, right? But I'm required by the department to take attendance. So I will pass around a little sheet, and it's going to have your name, it's going to have the date, and then you just initial in there, all right? I'm probably going to forget to do this a lot, but it's there for the first day at least to make sure you're here. Also, if your name's not on there, then I left some space at the bottom just to add your name, and then make sure you've paid, right? However, make sure you paid and all that's taken care of, because if it's not, you sit here for 16 weeks and you were never on the roster. Are there any questions right now? No?
It's only a semester class.
One semester, 16 weeks. And I'm glad you're bringing that up, because one of the things that you have to adjust to in college, because a lot of you are first time, is that when you're in high school and you take a math class, you've got the entire year to cover this information, right? So if you took Algebra 2 in high school, if you did, right? You covered that over the entire year. We are doing Algebra 2 and more than that in 16 weeks. 16 weeks, that's 32 class meetings, of which 4 are tests. So 28 or so? We only meet 27, 28 times, and we are going to cover the entire amount of material that you would cover an entire year of high school. So it's the pace of the class that is usually like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that, right? It comes fast. All right, the exam policy. So the exams are going to be paper, pencil. Okay, you can sit down, good old-fashioned test. Every test I'll give you more details about. Okay, academic integrity. Do y'all know what that is? What I'm referring to there?
It means that you trust that we won't cheat or do anything to circumvent the regular academic standards.
That's right. There are academic standards. By enrolling in this college, in any college you enroll in, you agree to the policies, the standards, okay? You agree to that, whether or not you know it or not. So there's policies on cheating. And I mean, I'm looking at it like you are all going to one day be building a bridge maybe that I'm driving across, or a plane that my kids are flying on or something, right? You're the future engineers and doctors, whatever, right? This is a STEM course. So, cheating at this level is not tolerated at all by me. If this is if this was a non-STEM math class, I might be like, this is a good opportunity for a life lesson, right? Like, let's give them another chance. But here, you got to do your own work. So during the tests, I expect that you're not going to be trying to get your phone out underneath. And I mean, I'll be right here, so it's easy for me to see. But just know that I deal with that pretty strictly. I'm pretty harsh about that, all right? All right, quizzes, 15% of your grade, right? Can come in any form that I want, right? I could just be like, raise your hand, that's your quiz grade, and then everyone gets 100 who raise their hand, right? Or I could say, like I said, take your homework out. Or I could say, here's a problem, everyone clear everything off their desk. Get a piece of paper out, do this problem. I could say, you work in groups on problems, right? I could say, here's a problem, take it home, bring it back next time. I mean, pretty much anything that I want to do can be a quiz, all right? I will never quiz you on something that we just covered that day. Like, I won't cover material today and they say, okay, well, let's have a quiz on that right now. I will always give you the opportunity to go home, do the homework, practice, and come back. But the next time we come back, you need to be prepared. So when I give you a homework assignment, if you struggle with it, you need to reach out to me or to Tutoring. I'll show you the Tutoring lab information. I expect that you, I won't say have mastered the material by the next time we meet, but at least you feel some comfort level with it, all right? Behavior policy. All right, again, welcome to college. I've had this policy as long as I've been teaching, all right? I do not like to see cell phones during class, all right? That's just my policy. I walk by, I see other classrooms, I see professors up there, they're teaching, and half their students are sitting there on their phones. And I don't understand how that professor is okay with that. Me personally, if you've got something important in your phone that you need to deal with, take it outside the room, all right? That's okay with me. I don't want you leaving 10 times though, right? Once or twice, maybe. Once is about enough. But you have signed up to be here for an hour, 40 minutes, twice a week, and so I need you to be able to detach from the digital world for that amount of time and give your attention to me and your learning, right? So what are the consequences? If you're sitting there trying to hide it from me on your phone there underneath your desk, right? What happens to you? Let's just get this all clear right now. What happens? Unauthorized use of cell phones, laptops, tablets. I see some people with laptops. It's okay as long as what you've got on your screen has to do with the class. What happens? If you're doing that or you're being disruptive, which I don't really deal with that too much, but if you're being disruptive, I will ask you to leave. You'll be counted absent, so that'll be 1 of 4 absences that you're allowed. And then this is the big one, 10% penalty on your next exam. So that means the highest grade you could get on your next exam would be a 90. All right, so I don't want to make an example out of anyone here, all right? I really don't, but I really need you to be able to detach from the phone for this class period. Is that clear, everyone? If you don't like that policy, I know some students are going to be like, well, I pay to be here, and you know, that's okay. I'm happy to transfer you into another 1414 class where they don't care as much. I do, though. So if you don't like that policy, talk to me afterward, and I can help you out. Okay, homework. The homework I already said you're going to access it through the online system. It says here, I expect you to attempt all the homework and bring it every day we meet. Bring it with you. Pens and pencils. So at this level, some of you, when you do your math, it's absolutely beautiful. And others, it looks like, you know, you've had 18 cups of coffee and there's like scratch everywhere. Everybody has an opportunity to get better at communicating math in this class, all right? So everyone's gonna work on it. One of the big things is not writing in pen, unless you're flawless. I mean, I never write in pen, I never do math in pen because I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna need to erase something, right? So I want pencils only on everything you do, especially on tests and quizzes, all right? I don't wanna look, it's kind of like you're turning in a paper. And if you turn in a paper and you messed up a sentence and scratched it out and never like deleted it and just redid it, you know, like it's that sort of thing. I wanna see your nice, clean work. All right, tutoring, there's a tutoring center across the way in Juniper Hall. There's a link to it. That's a walk-in tutoring center. You can walk in there and say, hey, I need help. They're expecting you to be there. They want you to be there, all right? There's tutors just standing there waiting to help you, all right? You just gotta go over there and get help. And they know the 1414 class, they know what the assignments are, and they can assist you. That's if you can't come and get help from me, all right? Their hours are pretty good. I think they open really early, and I think they close in the evenings, and I think they're even open on Saturdays. So, anybody else need this? So please be aware that there's free tutoring available to you. There are actually 2 tutoring labs that we have. One of them is just like a walk-in lab. You sit down, you kind of raise your hand, they come around, they kind of look over your shoulder and say, hey, let me help you. There's another tutoring lab that's like, okay, wait a minute, you don't remember how to add fractions, right? Not remembering how to add fractions is not a college level idea. Adding fractions is a lower than college level. So we have another lab that's designed for that, where they sit down one-on-one with you and try and fill those gaps in your knowledge, you know, I understand how the public school system works, okay? So I understand that it's very easy to get through and still have major gaps in your math. So that other lab is more of like filling in those holes. So you just need to go over there and talk to them and they'll help you out, all right? And the last thing in here that I'm going to talk about is this is probably not a big factor here, but most of the syllabi that you'll have in all your classes are going to have something about artificial intelligence now, especially if you're taking like an English class, you have to write a bunch of papers and stuff. So in here, it's not that much of a big deal because I'm going to be testing you and you're going to be sitting here and you're not going to be using AI anywhere. So, but just be aware that you know, if you are going to go and try and use a computer to get answers for you, it's easy for me to see what a computer does to get an answer versus a human. It's like, it's so obvious. Like human work versus computer, like a computer answer. So if I give you a quiz or even your homework and you start bringing me back stuff that I can just see is not yours, I'm probably going to question you. You're like, hey, how did you get this? And if you're like, well, I just do it in my head, you know, I'm going to be wondering if this is happening. So just realize that there's also consequences to, this is like academic dishonesty, is what I'm saying. So, all right, that's it. The rest of this is just, statements about the college. The college has stuff in here. Calculators, you're allowed to have a scientific calculator, graphing calculator. I have no restrictions, but you have to have at least a scientific, all right? At least, if it has to do a bunch of stuff, like if it has a bunch of keys, you don't know what they do, that's a scientific calculator, right? Graphing is optional. Other than that, I think that's all the materials you need. Bring paper, bring pencils with you every day. Any questions? Y'all look thrilled. Are y'all thrilled? I can tell you're thrilled. Yeah. So we are going to now talk about something I've been talking about since I started teaching here a long time ago, and that is being prepared for who knows what could happen, right? So this door has a little sliding block on it, right? If you need to leave to use a restroom or use a phone, you go out, slide the block, go do your business, come back, slide the block, and it locks. We're going to keep it locked. Even though it's a glass door, right? We're going to keep it locked. And we need to also be aware that if there's some sort of active shooter situation, right, that door sucks for us. But this is actually an exit, right? I mean, we do have windows here, and we are on the second floor, but there is actually something, there's like a generator right there that we could jump on, and it's survivable out this window, okay? It's not like we're on the 18th floor of an office building, all right? So this is an exit point. If need be, this is an exit point, all right? Or any of these windows. As far as breaching the window, I think if our lives were in question, we would find a way, yes? Okay. Isn't it nice we talk about these things? So I've been talking about these things for as long as I've been teaching, right? So when I used to do this way back, like I started teaching here in 2000, okay? I've been here for a long time. I would mention this in the beginning of class. Back in 2000, people were like, what the hell? Like, why is he talking about this? And now it's sad. I talk about it and people are like, yep, okay. But I'm not paranoid or anything like that. It's more of something my dad taught me, which is, I don't know if any of you had this happen. My dad always taught me that when you go to a restaurant, to face the door. Like I always sit facing the door so I can see who's coming in, who's coming out, right? Keeping an eye on things, right? That's just the way I was raised. And sometimes, there's a famous quote, I don't know exactly how it goes, but it's like, luck is opportunity meets, or preparation meets opportunity, or something like that. So when you are prepared for something, right, the last thing I would ever want is to be like, this happens like in a movie theater. When I go to a movie theater, I always know where the exits are, right? Last thing I'd ever want is to be like curled up in the fetal position, right, under my chair at the movie theater during an active shooter, and there was an exit right behind me, right? I panicked in the moment, and I got under the seat, and never even knew that there was an exit right there. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of us knowing that this is a way out. If need be, this is the way we're going, right? So I hope that doesn't freak you out too much, but it is what it is. Joy, joy. Yeah? All right, this is our last opportunity for any questions, or we're going to get right into it today. Yes? Yes, did you get it? No? Okay, I'll pass it back out. Anyone else need it? Okay, so I need a volunteer to come up here and be willing to log into Canvas and do all that stuff. Please, not everybody at one time. Oh, okay, thank you. All right. So I'm going to log out real quick. Let me see.
I'm logged in my laptop, about to log out.
Nope, it should let you in, but let me log out because it'll probably log you right back in. There we go. All right. Have at it. What was your name? Alejandro. That's what I thought. Alex, okay. So Alex is going to log in for us, going to the ACES login page, which you all said, oh, yeah, retype that. I just want to make sure this works, all right, because you have homework tonight that's due on Thursday, and Okay, so from here, go leave student view. It's because it thinks you're me. All right, does that look like you?
No.
No, okay, so hold on. Let's close this window out completely. Close that tab out. Okay, go to my courses over here. Okay, and then, yeah, okay, this is you here. Now, click on your college algebra home right there. That looks like it. Okay, everyone following? Okay, then clicking on Alamo Books plus Digital Course Materials. Perfect, this is what I want to see. Okay, now hold on, right there. Don't click on anything. This will take you directly to the ebook, but it's kind of a different version. It's not as colorful, but the good thing about that link is that you can just scroll through the pages. Was there someone here? Hi, what's up?
I'm a tutor.
Oh, are you here to talk about Tutoring Lab?
Yes.
Okay, can you wait for just a minute? I mean, you can come in, but just wait for just a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all got me? If we click on this, it's gonna bring up the ebook. Not as colorful, but you can just like scroll through the pages really fast, all right? Here, go ahead and click on the Launch Courseware. You'll have your schedule with you, right? It says what's due for the first assignment. Okay, see this page here? Click on the orange button there, open My Lab Mastering. This is a little tedious to get to it this way, but the book is a little nicer. Here we go, e-text right there, e-text. Okay, and this is the book. If you go to this tab right here, that's your table of contents. Scroll down right there, and you can pick your different sections. You see that? So your first homework assignment is from where? Does it say? R2, right? So you could click on R2 there.
It's still here.
Is it still under my account?
Yeah. RD.
What the hell? That's not.
I think the campus was as well.
Well, it brought up his schedule.
It had your
Did it?
symbol on it.
Okay, well, let's just keep going. All right, let's just keep going. I'm hoping this will work for everyone later. Here's the book, all right? Do you see down here you have the page number?
Yeah.
You see that right there? What page is the homework?
27.
If you just go down there and type 27, it'll take you right to it. And then these are the problems. And then you're supposed to do whatever problems are listed there. All right? Does that make sense? Okay. Thank you, Alejandro. I don't know if that actually is going to work for everyone, but we tried, right? We gave it a shot. Okay. All right. I'm gonna bring the lights on. Okay, a little bit. It's going to get a little bright in here. Let me go slow here, maybe. Will it let me? No, I have to go full black.